You're at the biggest game of the season, and the stands are packed. And the team runs onto the field, and the pep band starts playing the school's fight song to pump up the crowd, getting everyone in the mood to spend the next few hours cheering the team and yelling at the refs. Or you're at a romantic dinner, and the jazz trio in the corner quietly plays one of your favorite songs, bringing you back to when you first met and all your favorite moments since then. Or maybe you're out with your friends, and the DJ plays your song. You all scream and rush onto the dance floor ready to belt out the chorus until you can't talk anymore. Music provides the soundtrack of our lives, helping us express ourselves, enhancing our emotions, and cementing our memories. And while we all have a lot of music in our lives, some people are especially passionate about listening to music, creating music, and understanding music. So if you're one of those people who loves pep band, wants to understand what jazz trios and DJs have in common, and is interested in thinking about where all this music comes from and what it says about being human, you might make an excellent music major. Hello, I'm Hank Green, and welcome to Fast Guides, a study hall series that explores different college majors. Today, we're going to talk about music. We all know roughly what music is. It's every era of Taylor Swift and every Beatles album. It's a gospel choir and a symphony orchestra. It's an opera singer's aria and a saxophonist's solo. It is not the third grade recorder class, but they're getting there. But even though we all know what music is, it's still a little hard to describe what music is. The academic definitions tend to agree that music is an expressive and pleasing art of organized sound that involves rhythm, melody, and harmony. That all sounds pretty technical, but those elements, rhythm, melody, and harmony, are the foundations that make up the art that is music, and which can help us to feel and express our emotions. And studying music, not just hearing it, but really listening and being able to analyze its components, helps us to understand not only what music is, but also why it's important to us. Because, make no mistake, music is important, and it has been since ancient times. Music has always been a way for people to tell stories, express ideas, and relate to one another. So studying music will help you understand all of those things, exactly what music is, where it comes from, and where it can go in the future. And one way to gain that understanding is in a college's music department, which can be a busy place because music departments are filled with students studying music in different ways. Some may be focused on performance, spending every spare moment in the practice rooms perfecting their tone and breathing. Others may be interested in music education, learning how to help kids coax their first squeaky note out of a violin. And others may be interested in the academic side of music, researching all of the things that make up music throughout history and across cultures. Within the field of music, there are plenty of paths, and different schools may focus on different things. So you'll want to do some research to find the program that best fits your goals. Regardless of which path you take, you'll start by studying some common basics. There are three main components under the music umbrella that you will likely encounter as a music major: music theory, music composition, and music history. The first of those, music theory, is all about understanding the building blocks of music. We're talking rhythms, harmonies, melodies, chords, and scales, just to name a few. It's like studying an alphabet, punctuation, and grammar when learning a new language. The second, music composition, involves taking those building blocks and creating something with them, i.e., music. If theory is like learning the alphabet, composition is like writing a story. Lastly, we get to music history, and that's where you'll go all the way back to study the earliest forms of music and how musical styles have developed over time. So if music theory is the alphabet and composition is writing a story, studying music history is a bit like learning how the alphabet developed and reading and studying stories from the past to learn more about the people who wrote them and what that means for us today. Once you've taken introductory classes in these areas, you'll move on to more advanced or specialized classes depending on your area of concentration. For example, you might study Baroque composers, conducting techniques, or contemporary jazz performance. You might also be able to combine your music major with studies in another area, like business, journalism, or psychology, like if you're interested in managing musicians or venues, covering concerts, or becoming a music therapist. And along with all of that, you will likely be taking in a lot of music. You might take individual lessons in voice or your primary instrument, you may be part of a choir, orchestra, or band, and you may be required to attend concerts or recitals given by your fellow music majors, which means you will be surrounded by music in some form just about all day, every day. Which is great for you, because one of the main requirements for a music major is that you love music. If you've taken piano, voice, or guitar lessons for years and never want to stop learning and growing your skills, you might make a great music major. If you live for choir concerts and orchestra rehearsal, you will make a great music major. If you love listening to music and can't help but make observations about the structure of the verse, chorus, and bridge, or what the lyrics say about society's values, or how the whole thing would have been enhanced by the addition of an oboe solo, you will fit right in a college music program. Also, you will thrive as a music major if you are well organized and have strong time management skills. Showing up to rehearsals on time, in tune, and with the right sheet music ready to go is pretty non-negotiable. And you will be spending hours on end working to perfect a piece of music or listening for just the right sound. So those with patience and the willingness to stick things out to the end will find themselves right at home. At the same time, that persistence can also be a music major's downfall. The hours spent analyzing a piece of music or practicing a specific passage can be grueling. Ultimately rewarding, yes, but the human brain can only handle so many repetitive notes before it needs a break. So don't be afraid to step away from the first chair to get some fresh air. Your brain, lungs, and fingers will thank you. Also, the transition to college can be a tricky one for music majors. Maybe you're used to being the concertmaster, the most talented vocalist, or the obvious choice for the musical lead in your high school. In college, you may find yourself surrounded by folks who were all the star soloists. Adjusting to this competitive pressure can be intense, so seek out professors or school counselors if you find yourself struggling. Plus, no matter how much you love music, the classes can be challenging. If you're someone who loves the art and expression in music, the process of breaking down a piece of music note by note to listen for intervals, analyze key changes, and understand how it fits in with a particular period can seem kind of cold and boring and just difficult. Chances are your peers will feel the same way. Forming study groups and working together can make a challenging class a lot more bearable. But if it turns out this major isn't quite your tempo, that's okay. You can always keep music as a hobby while pursuing other fields. And don't forget why you got into music in the first place, or why humans developed it at all. Because it's fun. It makes us feel something. It's a way to express ourselves and connect with others. So try to find a few friends outside of class and organize a jam session. Like, just no rules, no pressure, just music. Remembering what got you into music in the first place will serve you well after graduation too. Depending on your goals, it can be a pretty competitive field. That said, the music industry was a $26.2 billion field in 2022, and it is constantly evolving, with changes driven by new technologies, businesses, and ideas. So that same persistence, patience, and passion that helped you as a music major will continue to serve you well as you search for a job. One of the most common professions for a music major is to become an educator. Music teachers are employed across the country in grades ranging from pre-K all the way up to graduate school. But keep in mind that to be a teacher, you'll need some additional schooling or certification. And to teach at the university level, you will need a master's or PhD in music. If performing music is more your speed, then a career as a musician could be right for you. And that could be anything from an opera singer to the bassist in a folk group. Or you could become a conductor, helping a band or orchestra come together to achieve the right sound. If you want to be more behind the scenes, you could dive into more of the business side of things. You may find yourself interested in becoming the manager of a musician, studio or concert hall, or a talent agent or scout. Because the music industry is large and features dozens of vastly different jobs, it is a bit tricky to nail down a single average salary, and talking about salaries is hard because so much can change depending on lots of factors like where you live. But according to data from 2023, someone specializing in musical performance might start out at around $28,000, which can climb up to $53,000 after many years of professional experience. Meanwhile, as of 2022, music teachers, directors, and composers may earn around $60,000, and agents may earn $80,000. But even if you don't specifically specifically pursue a career in music, you will still have plenty of opportunities to be involved with music regardless of your career path, whether that's attending concerts, joining a community choir, or playing the kazoo for your own enjoyment. You will be able to pursue your lifelong passion for music. Music is part of everyone's lives in some way, but music majors are some of the people best equipped to be able to understand and describe why music is so integral to the human experience. And by studying the basic elements of music and the history and development of those elements, music majors can also push music into the future. That means experimenting with new sounds, developing unique styles, and including more voices and perspectives in the field. Plus, advocating for all those third graders to keep practicing the recorder. They are the real future of music, after all. If you want to investigate more degrees before you choose a major, you can check out the other videos in this playlist. To find out how to earn college credit with Study Hall, go to gostudyhall.com or click the link here or in the description. And if you want to help us out, you can give this video a like and comment to let us know how you chose your degree or what you wish you'd known before you started your degree. Thanks for watching.